Welcome to the Operation Game Night podcast, where the mission objective is to play more board games. And gentlemen, we made it to 1 year. 1 year of podcasting.
Wow.
This week is all about celebrating our 1 year. We're going to do a refresh of our top games. We haven't done that since episode 2. We were still getting our feet underneath us at the time.
Wow.
We're going to revisit that, celebrate our 1 year anniversary. And we're going to give some shout outs to those that we love that have made this possible. But joining me, as always, are my co-hosts, Clayton Gable. Clay, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I have been up all night, all week. So excited for this episode to talk about our top 10 games. A lot of regrets from last time. I think we did a decent job. I hate, these are important episodes. If people are going to find our podcast, this is your first time tuning in, and you just clicked on this to see what our top 10 games are, welcome to the Operation Game Night troops. We're happy to have you here, and we're excited to tell you about the games we love.
Well said. And joining me, as always, co-host is Jared Erickson. How you doing, Jared?
Outstanding. I just want to echo what Clay just said. I don't want Gemma to listen to this in 30 years from now and just be absolutely shook that, in 2024, when we started this thing, my top 10 list was just a little erratic. I mean, you're going to see a lot of consistency in today and our next episode as we go through our top 10. But I think it's a lot more, measured, deliberate. It's a lot, it's a lot better. It's what a year's worth of podcasting will do for you.
That's right.
It's impressive. It's impressive.
And consider yourself lucky if you just tuned in that you missed out on the last 50 some episodes. Just kidding. You should go back and check those out.
Oh yeah, there's some gold in there.
We do have some gold in there. We were just getting our feet underneath us, still learning what this was going to look like. But you know what I read the other day? Only 20% of podcasts make it to 1 year. And like 90% of podcasts don't even make it to 20 episodes. We flew past that a long time ago. And now we're at 1 year. And here's to 1,000 more years of the Operation Game Night podcast.
1,000 years.
That's right. Yep. I'm going to write this into my will.
Once our sentiences are downloaded into the AI mainframe, it will continue to make podcasts till the sun stops making nitrogen or whatever it does.
That's right. And they're going to be beaming this show out into the far reaches of space for aliens to find.
Holy cow.
But today we're going to do numbers 10 through 6 on our top 10 games list. We're going to do things a little differently this time. What we're going to do is we're going to give a little teaser of here's what this operation would be called if we were playing this game. We are Operation Game Night. We like to embrace our military roots a little bit. So we're going to name the operation, little teaser. It'll be, Operation Thunder Road or something, and it's Vendetta Thunder Road. We're going to be a little more creative than that, but that's just an example.
Oh, we are?
We're going to name the operation, and then we're going to talk about the game and why we love it. And we'll do 10 through 6 today, and then we will do 5 through 1 on Thursday, next episode. So why don't you guys kind of give me a quick rundown? Like, how did you guys decide on your top 10 this time, Clay?
Man, I went through all the games in my board game stats app, which is every game I've ever played in the past, 5 years when I started doing that, and just started plucking ones out that I thought had a chance because I wanted to do Pub Meeple. I think it's cool. I think it's like a fun exercise to do Pub Meeple, but if I just imported everything I ever played, I would be sitting there for 3 hours doing comparisons, and it would probably make me want to scream. So I plucked out about 25 games that I thought, these are ones that could make the list. And then I just ran them through Pub Meeple. And I had to be honest with myself. There's a lot of changes this year. I think we've all had pretty stressful years, a lot going on, and some games that have, perpetually been in my top 10 since I started board gaming, 8 years ago, are no longer there. They are off the list. I had to be realistic. If I haven't played you in 2 or 3 years, you probably aren't one of my 10 favorite games, although you still hold a special place in my heart. But yeah, mine's a mix of ones that I've had a good history with and have also still been enjoying and still want to get to the table. And ultimately, for me, I think my top 10 list is probably less important than other people's because I don't like playing games that many times. Like if I played a game 10 times, I generally am done with it, you know? So the more I play a game, the less I want to play it, broad strokes. So these games are ones that have stood out and keep me coming back to them, even when most games I'm ready to find the next hottest thing after, 3 or 4 plays. So that's kind of where I landed on my list. Jared, what about you?
I'm a little, I think, opposite of you. I just keep cranking the same ones over and over again. So these ones they're pretty similar to our last list, but the list is not very broad. I did go to BGA to check my sources because my online play is hot. There's going to be a whole lot of surprises here today, boys, but that's okay. But I did have some good reminisce of some good times, good online play. Sometimes when I was going through the list, I realized I miss some of these games really big time. Yeah, I got to
Oh,
get
yeah.
these to the table again. So I hope that you're not going to be like, well, you didn't even play this game in the last year, because that might be true for one of these, and I might talk about that. But I want to play it, so hopefully it's not disqualified from my top 10 because I don't think I did play it last year, and I think that's a shame. And I am tasking Clay to make it happen, to actually
You
get
got
this
it,
one to the
buddy.
table. So, anyways, that's
Awesome.
how I did it. Travis, what about you? You had
I
a
think
good methodology?
I think mine was a blend of the two of yours. So I I thought about games that I would want to play. If somebody said like, "Hey, we are willing to play any game you want to play right now," what game would it be? And there are those that have stuck with me in the back of my mind as something that is great, that I have fond memories playing, um, that I would definitely want to get to the table again. But I also had to balance that with like, this has been a weird year for all of us. This has been a weird year for me with a new little rugrat in the house and not being able to play as many games. So I think I went a little bit lighter. Uh, I did balance the games that I have played either in person or digitally. I think previously I had not really included digital. We talked about one of the games the last time we did this. It was like I played this 1,000 times digitally, but it's kind of a mix of like in person and digital this time. But yeah, definitely lighter games this time. Definitely games that still I have a passion for, and still that I are burning in my mind as wanting to play. But yeah, kind of a mix of the two of your answers. So let's just jump right in with the very first one. I think it's Jared up first with his number 10. Give us the name of the operation and then give us a little primer on the game.
All right. Operation Golden Age. I could see this game night being very hot and heavy. Someone maybe shows up and dressed in just saran wrap and a golden crown. I don't know. Golden Age, Operation Golden Age. Designer Jamie Stegmaier, Stonemeyer Games. This is a sweet engine builder tapestry here. Did we get everything lined up correctly? Yes, Clay. What a great production on the backstage. I just want to give you a quick shout out for that. Civilization builder, little tableau on your own, little personal right in front of you. You're trying to puzzle together your own, civilization as you're growing yourself in these 4 other areas like technology and military. But I just like going up in different tracks and competing against like other people, but I also like rolling that die. Is that in the technology area where you don't know where
The
you're going to get
science.
your
Yeah,
bonus, the
science die.
science.
Yeah.
And I like that randomness to it. I have a lot of fun on it. It's also on BGA. I haven't cranked one out in a long time. I have done it in the last year, though. Just hasn't happened recently. So it has kind of gotten me excited about maybe inviting Mary to it, because I know Mary likes a good tapestry.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I don't
yeah.
know if I've ever played this one in person though. So
Oh, well, you're
it is
missing out, my man.
very low on my top 10, but I always get super stoked about this one. And I love player having your own like player abilities. And so
Oh,
each
yeah.
person starts with their own, player abilities. So that is also very hot to me. So Operation Golden Age hit me with a little tapestry. So that's where I'm coming in hot at 10.
Awesome.
Right on.
I don't know if I saw tapestry anywhere else today. So give me some love. Anyone poking holes in this one?
No, this is a great pick. I love this game. The only reason that I did not pick this one, it was definitely up there. I had it on the list as like honorable mentions. I love
Okay.
this one. I would love to play it in person. I've never played it in person, and I know that like the components are beautiful, and I just love I love this game. I just wish I had more experience with it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. This will show up later. And let me tell you, for the two of you that haven't played it in person, I think you're really missing out. And if you had played it in person, I think it might jump a few spaces for production value alone, because this one is top notch. So that's all I'll say for now.
Aha! A little foreshadowing. I like it.
Okay. Well, I'm up next, and I have Operation Dominant Dominion. This is a game about building your own little estate / duchy, and you are doing this by rolling dice, and selecting tiles that go onto your board to build out your own personal little village and earn points along the way. This is the one, the only, the Castles of Burgundy. Designer is
Boom.
Stefan Feld. The special edition by Awaken Realms cannot be beat.
Oh, okay.
The reason this slipped so far on my list this time is just because I mentioned this the last time that we talked about this. We've talked about this game plenty. Pulling this thing out of the big box from Awaken Realms is so daunting to me. Like, it should not be this scary, and like the components are so nice. And Clay on our top production choices mentioned the little honeycomb that holds all the pieces together, and this should not be so daunting. And it is a phenomenally clean game. It's got a 9.1 rating on BGG right now. Like 9.1.
Holy cow.
Yeah, this thing is swinging for the fences. Awaken Realms always does it up big when they go into their production. But I just find that like pulling this off the shelf, and especially if I'm like have to teach it and play it at the same time, I just find it a little daunting. I have played hundreds of games of this online, and I love that version. It's great. You don't get the clicky clacky acrylic tiles from Awaken Realms, which kind of is disappointing. But I will always have a special place in my heart for Castles of Burgundy. It's so clean. It's so smart. It's like it's a Tableau engine builder without all the fuss of like something that's super crunchy. So Castles of Burgundy is my number 10.
You'll hear more from me later.
Excellent.
Yeah, a little sad. I think I gave this one honorable mention. So I love this one, but for some reason the dice give me too much ick. But I don't know. I'm a big dice guy every other game, but maybe I need to play this one in person. I don't know if I've ever played Burgundy in person. This is just calling for September more and more that we need to do in-person board gaming. So,
Jared, I need to get you up here for a weekend, and we need to play this and Tapestry in person, and we'll call it a good day right there.
I think that might be all the time we have.
That's a great day of gaming, though.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
All right, Clay, hit me with your number 10.
Oh, for my number 10, we have Operation Flip or Flop. So if you guys remember, the golden age of real estate, reality TV, you're buying houses, trying to flip them, sell them for a profit. And that's exactly what it feels like you're doing in my number 10 game, which is For Sale. This is a lighter entry on the list, but I cannot deny it. It has been the small box game of choice for me. When all else fails and I don't know what to do, I've got new people to play a game with, and I need something that's going to be engaging, quick, fun. I always grab For Sale. I just love it's simple to teach, but it has more strategy than you would think, when those real estate cards come out and you have to decide, am I willing to spend a lot here? Or when do I drop out and just take what's left? How do I bid the proper amount that when it comes back to me, other people have dropped out and now I can get a card for a deal? And so that phase is a ton of fun. And then in phase 2, when you have your real estate cards and you're trying to get the money for them, and everybody's putting them down in that blind auction, you can make a 2 worth of 12 if you play it at the right time. Depending on what currency cards flip up, you can take your little toilet hut and you can turn it in for big money. And I just love that like tactical gameplay that happens. And it's quick and fun enough that I just played this twice yesterday. I taught my kids it for the first time and they loved it. The first auction game I've taught them. So it was a lot of fun. And this one will always be on my shelf and always be one that I reach to when I got people I need to teach a game to and want to get them hooked on the hobby.
Made it pretty far in our small box bracket as well.
Yeah. If it wasn't for Mary, I would have, it was in the finals. And
yeah.
I was for sale. I wanted For Sale to win that. But Mary came in and gave it the boost. So what are you going to do?
We have to defer to Mary.
Yeah.
She's really running the show here.
Yeah.
She's behind the scenes always.
That's right. Jared, hit me with your number 9.
All right. Operation Snake Cauldron here is always brewing. The Witch's Brew is always hot. It's always just bubbling away. You're always trying to make yourself something really sweet and mystical. I think it's our first bag that's made it onto the board, right?
It won't be the last.
Yeah.
It won't be the last bag here at Operation Game Night. We love our bags. The designer, Wolfgang Warsch. There's plenty of add-ons to this Quacks of Quedlinburg. You guys have always been talking about Quacks, and I finally played it. I bought it on eBay during our adventure here on Operation Game Night, and I played it for the first time. I don't know, back in October or something like that, and I loved it. And I bought it used, and it came with little inserts, little 3D printed somethings for the cardboard, so the extra little clicky clacky inside your baggy, and something about your cauldron bubbling over, but then also having the ability to dump in a quick potion to stop the cauldron from bubbling over. It always gives you the option, to extend the life of your cauldron. But then again, it's kind of an engine builder, right? The further you make your pot go, the more you can invest in your pot, and then the more you can keep pulling out awesome little trinkets and sweetness from your ingredients bag to put in your cauldron. I loved it. I don't know if I've ever played it with one of you two. Definitely haven't.
No.
Have I?
You haven't played it with me, no.
So this one is definitely super fun. It's relatively quick-ish, which I do like as well. And if everything's already in the baggy bags, quick setup, and it's a big box. It's a bigger box game too, right? So, Clay, you brought up a great point there with your last one. I don't think I had too many little boxes in my top 10. I should be thinking about my little box love, but we're going big here, Operation Game Night. But that was my number 9.
Love it.
And I appreciate with Quacks that the different components of the potions have different uses. Like you can flip those like kind of spell cards or whatever, and
Yes.
the same component will do multiple things between, not between rounds, but between games. If you want to
Yeah.
switch it up, you can make them do something else. I really like that about Quacks. It's
Gives you
innovative.
the spots vibe where you can, tailor make
Yep.
your gaming experience. If you play it enough, you know exactly the fun, I don't know, ingredients to put in your game.
Nice. Good shout out. All right. My next one is Operation Republic Resolve. We're talking
Ooh.
battling for the galaxy. We're talking a reskin of an existing game. We're talking an expand alone version of Star Wars, the deck building game, Clone Wars edition. This might
Ooh.
be recency bias. I understand that. I get it. But I really enjoyed the original Star Wars deck building game. I thought it was super clean. I thought it was super easy to learn, easy to get to the table, small-ish box, doesn't take up that much room on your shelf. And then I played the Clone Wars edition, and I've played it 2 or 3 times since then. And the factions in this one feel so much more balanced. The planet / base abilities feel so much cleaner and so much more intuitive / innovative. Man, this one just shines. Like if you love the original Star Wars deck building game, highly recommend picking this one up. I have not tried to mix this one in with the original version, but this one stands alone and it is beautiful and clean. And I really enjoy the deck building aspect of it, the battling aspect, the putting together those perfect combinations of resources and attack and force manipulation to try and get an upper hand. Plus, just, if you're sitting there with a base with like 5 different capital ships all surrounding your base that are protecting it from enemy attack, feels good. I can't say enough good things about this one. Star Wars, the deck building game, Clone Wars edition.
Yeah, you really got me fired up about deck building after you talked about this the other day. I was like, oh man, I need to play a freaking clean deck builder here.
Mm.
This is a super clean one and super easy to get to the table. Love this one.
Oh yeah, gotta check that one out.
All right, for my number 9, I have Operation Dusty Duchy.
Oh,
A little less glamorous of a title, operation name than Travis gave this same game at his number 10 spot, but we got the Castles of Burgundy at number 9 for me.
Yep.
This has fallen significantly. I think this was maybe 1 or 2 last year for me, and it might continue to fall. I have played this game more than any other game, hands down, bar none, and there's this horrible tension that exists with me in this game because I love the version on the table. It looks beautiful. Thank you, Awaken Realms. It's amazing. But also, Board Game Arena made it so freaking easy to play this game that it's hard for me to, and it's not even that hard to get out. I know we complain, but it really isn't that bad. It's like a 5 to 10 minute setup time. Like, it's not bad. But when you can zoom through those turns and it does all the scoring for you on Board Game Arena, it's pretty hard to compete with. And this is a game I could play literally any day of the week if I wanted to, because Mary always wants to play this game. And I always say no. And it's not because I don't like it. I always like it when I play it, but I told you I'm always out there wanting to play something new. So, the fact that I always say no to it, and it's a great game. And I will never not have it. And I will continue to play it. But it doesn't excite me like it used to. But it's still such a good game.
It's still in your top 10.
Yeah.
It's still one of your true loves.
Yeah. When you roll those 2 dice and you get to be clever and decide, how you want to spend those 2 actions. Do you want to place 2? Do you want to try and make this combo or that combo? I love that you can only plan so far ahead, and then you just roll the die and you make it work. And that is awesome to me. So I figured I should say something positive about it because I kind of went on a little bit of a tangent about how much I hate this game on
It's
my
the
top
love
10
hate
list.
for you.
Yeah.
Even when we did our podcast with Vic, I feel like you were just like, you started up here and then it's just like all the reasons why you didn't want to give it the top shelf.
I'm gonna blame Vic for
Vic put
the
this spell
slide.
on you.
The slide for Castles of Burgundy on both of our lists.
Yeah, it's true.
Dang it, Vic.
Dang it. All right, Jared, hit me with your number 8.
Number 8, Operation Red Horizon.
Ooh.
Just imagine you're on a foreign body floating through the universe, and you're trying to develop this beautiful red planet, terraforming Mars. Is anyone surprised that I'm back on my engine building BS? I'm already just. I mean, it's no surprise that I'm just spouting off engine builders here today. Jacob Freilich, but all these freaking Terraforming Mars games that I've played, I super love and enjoy. Will not be playing this one at World Series of Board Gaming because I'll absolutely get my trash packed in because these Euro dudes are insane at playing these Terraforming Mars. But deck builder with a shared hex setup that you're all competing to build and terraform. How do you not love that? That's incredible. I love that you're actually developing this. It's actually like like true to how it's actually set up. Olympus Mons is the biggest volcano in the world. That's on there, but I have recently played one of the expansions to it, and it was just way too long. It really lengthened it out. I can't remember exactly which one. And I remember texting my friend. I was like, make this stop. Like, please, like someone needs to get to end game because you gotta get the oxygen up and you gotta get the heat up so that you can actually terraform this thing. So I like the true base game of Terraforming Mars, and I do like the online adaptation because remember we've talked about this many times on the podcast. My sausage fingers can't handle the little tiny cubes, so I like the online version. It's clean, keeps track of all your extra cards that you're playing. I love the engine building aspect of it, that you can have cards that you activate. I don't know, man. This one's fun. I love it.
I thought that maybe the dice game had a chance to break top 10, unless you're planning on talking about that later on.
No, I kind of considered like giving this one like a slash, like Terraforming Mars base slash, but I think that was speeding. So I just wanted to kind of like maybe talk Terraforming Mars family.
All good.
Because the dice game is also equally awesome. I've only played it once though, so I couldn't tell you break it into my top 10 if I've only played it once. That would be tough. But I had a lot of fun playing the dice game because it's so much cleaner, gives you the same love and feel, but with less reading and stress.
Awesome. Good shout out.
But
all right,
Travi, hit me.
My number 8, Operation Full Throttle.
Oh,
we're talking heat, pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
Publisher is Days of Wonder. Designer is Asger Garund and Daniel Peterson. This game is so nice and clean, super easy to get to the table, super easy to teach to anybody, and it plays great at basically any player count. Even if you're playing at low player counts and you have to do the other cars movement for them to kind of create that traffic, that obstacle that you have to navigate. It's also easy and clean. The deck building aspect to it is simple. People understand that taking too much heat into their engine is going to clog up their deck. This game is like deceptively simple as well. It's when you're navigating some of those tight corners and the race is close, it's creates tense moments. I wish I had more experience with like some of the expansions, but even just base game Heat, Pedal to the Metal is so nice and so easy. You know, I love a good racing game. I have many on my shelf, but you know, Heat, Pedal to the Metal is one that you can literally teach and play with anyone, and people get excited about it.
What's the
I think
strategy for hitting the corners?
You'd have to ask Clay because he's the one that always wins. I'm like bringing up the end of the pack, so that's a question for Clay.
It's all about managing your hand. You got to think a couple corners ahead. You know, you want to, if you see you got a straightaway coming, you got to keep those big number cards and try and figure out what gear you should be in so that you can play the right amount of cards, because you don't want to go through the corner in first or second gear and then have a straightaway that you got to ramp up for and you can't get the fourth gear. Like, you got to make it work, because you can't.
Are you afraid of the heat? You like the heat? You know,
I take the heat. I take the heat until there's like one or two in there. Then I get a little more cautious about it. But this just missed my top 10. It was number 12. So this is a great game.
And I'll also say, just real quick, Days of Wonder just makes games with so much joy in them. Like, all of their productions just look fun. Their artwork is beautiful, and they're all so easy to teach and play. My other one for Days of Wonder that I was debating about to include was Small World. Small World is just like, it's like a more tactical, tough decision-making Risk. And I love Days of Wonder's designs. Or their publications, you know, and they all just scream so much fun. All right, Clayton, hit me with your number 8.
We got Operation Tempting Tiles for my number 8. And in this game, you are very tempted by the tiles because you think, you know, let me just see what one comes out of the bag next. And let me see if I should declare Ra or not.
Yeah.
Because in Ra, it's a dead simple concept. On your turn, you're drawing a tile out of a bag, or you're declaring an auction for all the tiles that are available. And you're trying to collect different sets to score different points. But that push your luck element of it, it's not necessarily a push your luck game. I think it's more, people would probably describe it more as auction and set collection. But there is always those moments in Ra when all the Ra tiles, the red ones that can make the round end, they're coming out hot and heavy. And one person is still left in the round, and they're getting greedy, and they keep pulling tiles from the bag. All they got to do is pull one red tile, and it's all over. They get nothing. And it happens. Yeah. And everybody, one way or the other, you know, you're like, you should stop, just take what's out there. And, you know, inevitably it's Mary, and she doesn't stop, and the round ends, and, you know, she walks away into round 2 or 3 with next to nothing to score points. But it's a great game. It's super simple to teach. You got those sun tiles that, you know, make the bidding interesting, because you can see the value of everybody else's tiles and who can possibly beat you. So great game by Reiner Knizia. The 25th Century edition is just beautiful. I got the metal coins and the big bag of wooden tiles. So I love this one.
Coley's got this one, I think, right?
He does.
I might have to jiggle his door handle.
Yeah, get in there, Jared.
I might need to.
Jared, hit me with your number 7.
Numero 7, Operation Midnight Pour. If you're feeling a little frisky, come over to Paverson Games and designer Dave Beck and get you some distilled.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm still on my BS here with the engine builders. You get your specialists that are helping you, you know, with unique things, with making them perfect cocktail, player abilities. It's got it all. You're picking up this perfect ingredients to make your perfect drink. And I have really enjoyed it. I know that you guys were talking about a couple episodes ago, the expansions to Distilled. So I might have to be looking into this one again. One that I haven't played in person. The push your luck tension of this one also is just I like it. You don't know what you're gonna be, shuffling into your deck builder kind of hand, and then you pull out something, and do you have enough alcohol to make what you need, or the right ingredients to make what you're trying to make before someone else makes it too? Because there's like this rush and race X aspect of distilled. So that's why it's sneaking up on the list. I can't remember if it was on my list before, but it was hot and heavy. A lot of gameplay between the three of us, last year, and I miss it. I miss it, guys. I wish we could. I wish we could sip on one while we create one. But
yeah, this game, I was high on it, and then 2 times in a row I played this game in person, and it went just so long. And then I got rid of it. I was like, I like what's going on with it, but that extra long play time just was inexcusable for me. I gave it 1 pass, but the second time it went over 3 hours for a mid-weight Euro. I was like, adios.
Do you guys stuff the box, if you know what I mean? Like, do you put extra ingredients in there to make sure you can get your drink in, because you have to pull out some ingredients, right? You build up the alcohol, and then you have to sneak out 2 cards, right?
Yeah.
You guys
the head and the
stack the
tail.
box or what?
Oh,
Sorry,
I
there's a
stack
fire
stack
truck
it.
driving by. Oh yeah, stack the box.
Yeah, I'm not gonna not make a drink that I want to make.
Oh yeah. End up making whiskey or something like that when you want to make soju.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like that randomness, that like 2 cards to get pulled out. That little bit of randomness is like just enough to keep that so interesting. It's not like, because all of the ingredients are right there up top. Like they exist right there on the market row. You can get the bare necessities that you need. But if you want to make your specialty drink, you got to roll the dice a little bit and like try and pack your pantry. You got to pack your pantry a little bit.
Pantry.
With
I went with Operation Midnight Pour, trying to play on the Midnight Hammer, like Midnight Pour.
Oh, geez,
like it.
Nice.
I don't know. It didn't quite hit, if you know what I mean. So
yeah, it's
all right.
I'm not going to talk too much about this because it's going to come up later. But my number 7 is Operation Epic Emissary. We're talking raw. I'm not going to belabor this too much. Artwork by Ian O'Toole in the 25th century version of this is phenomenal. The big chunky raw figurine feels so good. The thing is like 3 inches thick, and it sits on the table, and you grab it when you say, I declare raw. I really enjoy this. I played this last night to kind of refresh my memory a little bit. And although we started out a little rough and started playing it wrong initially, we did a clean reset, and the game flies by once you get it going. So I'm not going to belabor it too much. Raw, phenomenal auction game, phenomenal theme for an auction game. The set collection makes it interesting. The only thing that I will add, Clay, to what you said is, if you don't get it going on round 1 on that first epic, you are hosed. It's so hard to recover if you do not take that early jump. So it encourages players to go in early on those auctions, to really start like drawing as many tiles out as they can, so that they can load the left side of their little table that they're building, the little tableau, because the stuff on the left side stays between epics. Stuff on the right goes back in the bag. And so like that kind of push and pull of like, how early do I need to jump in? Where do I spend my sun tiles? It makes it super fun. I love that, like that pressure right off the bat.
I do find that sometimes with new people, they have a hard time deciding like when to declare the auction. Like they either never do and then end up getting nothing because the round ends, or they declare it when there's like 2 tiles out there, and they go out like in the first 3 turns they have in the round, and then they just sit there for the rest of the round. So I think it takes a couple plays to kind of understand that dynamic of like when to pull the trigger on that auction, but it's still a great game.
Yeah, agreed. All right, Clay, hit me.
My number 7 is Operation Hobbit Mutation,
Oh,
because there once was an amazing game, and then it mutated into an amazing game about hobbits, and it made it all the better. We're talking Lord of the Rings, Duel for Middle-earth.
yep. It's
Jared and I just played this when he was up a couple weeks
good.
ago, and I love two-player games. I play a lot of two-player games, and this has been my favorite two-player game. It cleaned up Seven Wonders Duel in all the right ways for me. I love the 3 different victory conditions that can immediately end the game, and just trying to battle that tension between the other player. You see they're climbing on the ring track. You want to do something else, but you can't very well let them keep grabbing those ring cards, or they're going to get to the end. So it's just, constantly fighting that battle on 3 fronts and trying to decide what card to grab when. Oh my God, it's such a good 30-minute two-player game with an awesome theme for those of us who enjoy the Tolkien universe.
Yeah.
Got a couple of reskins on our top 10s.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Keep putting new skins on things. I'm all about it.
Awesome. Well said, Clay. Jared, last for this episode, your number 6.
So, Operation Nuck If You Buck by AEG designer John D. Clare. If you're a fan of sailing the high seas and not afraid of loading the cannons and dropping little tiny blocks down into the chutes, Dead Reckoning is your boy. I have so much fun with this game. Even playing on Tabletop Simulator, I still got the same vibes. Like, even when I had to, with my mouse, select and grab little cubes to drop down the virtual giant cardboard pirate ship to see who wins the battles. It's so much fun. Well, Nuck If You Buck, that's just kind of what we say when we're trying to blast each other when we're playing Dead Reckoning. And it is so much fun. You explore these new islands, and you're just so incentivized to go blast each other with your cannons. A little bit of engine building. Well, I don't know. Depends on how you play, Clay. Have you won?
I think I won one time, and I was also getting a lot of
You were
bonus
not
cards.
blasting. Well,
Well,
you have a
I was
lot more
getting-
fun if you blast.
I was having a good time holding up on my island and just making it produce,
It's
and
true.
gathering
You could be,
coins, and then
you could just-
shuttling them back to port.
it's like a choose your own adventure. Yeah. What kind
Yeah.
of pirate do you want to be? Do you want to be a commercial pirate, or do you want to be a roughneck who is, strikes fear on everybody else throughout the 7 seas? So, huge fan of this one. Never gonna fall out of my top 10. I've said it here today.
Wow.
It's on the 17th of August. So make it happen.
Not our last sandboxy game either.
Ooh, yes.
Sure, we'll see
Travis,
more of that.
what's your last one for today?
All right, number 6, Operation Broken Oath.
Oh,
Okay,
That's a good name.
We're talking Betrayal at House on the Hill.
oh,
I've always had a lot of love for this game. It's like one of the very first board games that I really got into. I think it was one of the very first ones that I owned. And it was not without its complaints and its gripes initially. The components were not great. The rules were a little convoluted. The players felt mismatched. You would play all these different times and still experience some of the same haunts every single time. And then this year I had the opportunity to get the newest version. I believe it's the third edition. And it cleans up so much of those issues. Components are nicer. You can pick cards that will be the basis of your haunts. So you can have a select group of haunts to choose from. So you can really vary it up and make sure that you're not getting the same haunt over and over and over again. They streamlined a lot of the rules. Man, I love this game. It's like adult Clue. you are running around this house, exploring, building out a map. The map is different every single time. And then when the haunt is triggered, it's immediately like tension time. Somebody is the bad guy. Everybody knows it. And that mismatch and asymmetric win conditions just makes this game shine. I really enjoy this game. I think it's a really smart design. Some of the expansions for it have gotten varying reviews, but they've got something for everybody in this. If you like kind of horror style games, this is a good one to pick up. Betrayal at House on the Hill. Clayton, last one for the day.
For my number 6, we have Operation Overkill, because this game just way overdoes it for what it is. We have The Foundations of Rome by Emerson Matsuuchi,
beautiful.
published by Arcane Wonders. This is everything I want a light to medium weight game to be. Just over the top produced. I feel like I'm playing this amazingly big game experience, and yet it is super easy to teach. It's got simple, engaging mechanisms where you got these lots you're trying to buy, and then you get to place your buildings out on a shared map, and where you place your buildings matters for everybody else because you can score points for adjacency to other people's buildings. It's just such a simple concept in such a lavish production. It would not be this high on my, I will admit it right now, gameplay wise, it would not be this high on my list. But when you get to take out your personal player tray from this 4x4 box, and I'm
4
talking
feet by 4 feet.
Yes, I'm talking 4 feet by 4 feet box. And you take it out and you sit in front of you and you see all your beautiful buildings that you get to place out on the board. It's a big winner for me. And I love Foundations of Rome.
I honestly, this one was one that I wrote on my list for consideration because that production and that game is so nice and clean and it's beautiful to look at. But then I'm like, how many times have I actually played this? And how many times will I ever get to play this? Because I don't want to own a box this large, but man, this production is just out of this world. It is insane. And when you get that city all put together, it looks like an actual city skyline. It's really cool. I really like it. I like this design.
You just have to make a pilgrimage up to Pennsylvania because I don't think that thing travels too well.
No way. No way. I don't think it even travels like down the street. That thing is a corner.
Yeah, I won't be bringing that to World Series of Board Gaming. That's for sure.
Probably not. No.
Awesome. Okay. So this has been number 10 through 6 on our top 10 list. Our next episode, we will hit number 5 through 1, the big finale of our top 10 list. And yeah, we're going to revisit some memories. We're going to talk about our favorite moment in Operation Game Night history. And,
are we going to like shoot t-shirts out of a cannon? Maybe
we probably should.
We probably should try. Yeah.
We probably should.
We don't even have t-shirts. Wait, we have a few for ourselves.
Thanks to Amanda.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thanks, Amanda.
Oh, wait, we'll save our shout outs for next time.
Yeah. We'll have to get on our merchandising here very shortly. But anyways, this has been Operation Game Night podcast, celebration of 1 year. I have been Travis. He has been Clay. He has been Jared. We're out.